Thanks for joining me. We've got the Volvo XC40. The rear brake pads are getting really low. They need replacing. This vehicle's got the electronic handbrake on it, so we're going to need to retract them pistons and the calipers, put them into service mode. There's a couple of ways of doing it. I've got the Topdon ArtiDiag600, which is a cracking bit of kit. I've got a full review on it. Diagnostic tool does all the bits and pieces, ABS, SRS, transmission, engines and all that. Free updates, it's a cracking bit of kit, and it will retract these pistons as well. I'll put all the links in the description for this stuff. We've got some new brake pads. Let's get it up in the air. I'll grab hold of this Sealy rocket lift jack on this one. Lovely jack, low entry, cracking bit of kit. Underneath this Volvo, we've got these lovely big jacking blocks to put my trolley jack on. If you haven't, you can go to the jacking points on the sill, but I'm going to go straight under that jacking point there, like that, and I'll do the same with the other side. I put the car into first gear so it can't roll while we jack it up. Got these lovely low entry trolley jacks. This one's the Viva, £135 off Amazon. I'll put links in the description for it. It's a lovely bit of kit for the money. We just need to get these wheels slightly in the air. Ain't got to go crazy. There we go, that's good. We'll get the door open for them too. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so we now need a pair of pliers to get these little plastic caps off. You literally grab them and pull them off. Little wiggle and away they come. 19mm wheel bolts, and on this one we've got the locking wheel nut key. Got the Milwaukee gun. If you haven't got it, you can just crack it off with a big bar. I'm going to drop this wheel just underneath the car there, just in case. I'm not going to be getting under it, but it'll there. If it did want to drop, at least it just land on the wheel and not on me. Then tucked away at the back here, you can see this is the electronic part of the handbrake mechanism here. It's held on with two bolts at the back there. I'll show you those in a minute. I'm not going to touch that because hopefully my diagnostic tool is going to wind this back and make life a whole lot easier. If I didn't have that, I'd have to relieve this from the caliper, undoing the bolt this side and the bolt the other side, and winding the little centre pin clockwise with a Torx bit. Shouldn't need to do that though. Let's get inside and retract these calipers. You can see the brake pads there are nice and worn down. They're not on the metal, but they're, we've got his use out of them, that's for sure. Disc's okay, got a little lip on the top, but not a great deal to shout about. They'll be fine for another set of pads. Okay, so first thing we've got to do is just pop the ignition on. We press it once and then hold it, and the lights will come up on dashboard after a few seconds, like that. We've got this diagnostic tool here with an EOBD socket that we're going to plug into the plug there. This will just do a quick VIN scan and find the car for us. Okay, so now we can okay that. And we've got services on here, so we go to services. And on this one we've got brake reset there. Let's go find his Volvo. Volvo. Switch ignition on we have. Okay. Handbrake, maintenance position. Okay, so it's just telling us what the handbrake is in at the moment. It's active, it's on, it's applied. So we can now go into the, we press that one. That's released the handbrake now, and now we can start maintenance mode. And you can hear that fully winding. So the diagnostic tool has wound back the motors in the calipers right back to the maintenance position. All we've got to do now is just manually wind the actual pistons back in again using the piston rewind tool. But you wouldn't be able to do that unless you'd actually retracted the motors. So it's something you need to do one way or the other, either by taking the whole motor assembly off and doing it manually, or using a tool to wind them back. Cracking bit of kit, links are in the description. Let's go take these pads out. What we need to do is go under the bonnet and just check the brake fluid reservoir. So we'll just pop that up and have a look at this. We need some room in there for when we squeeze these pistons back. The fluid will come back up into this tank, and yeah, we've got some room in there, so we're okay. Got a little bar just to crack these off. If they're a bit stiff sometimes, you can just take them the other way slightly and it just relieves it. So this top one, I want to be careful of that motor as well. I don't want to bash it and hit that motor and crack the plastic, but we're okay. These are a 14mm socket. I've got my little Flexi UJ there, which is a cracking bit of kit. Put those in there and we should be able to whiz those around. There's one. There's two. We should be able to now relieve the caliper from. Okay, so as you can see, we still need to wind back the piston using the wind back tool. This has come quite far out because these pads are well worn down. We've really got as money's worth out of these ones. Take the little pin clips out of there, top and bottom. You can see there, we've not got down to the metal, but we have got really close, very close. Now if you haven't got a wind back tool for the caliper, if you're thinking of just trying to squeeze it back with some grips like this, you've got no chance. These are solid, absolutely solid. They're really, really hard to retract, so you really do need some kind of wind back tool to get that back in again. We'll just check those pins on that caliper mounting there. They're both nice and loose. If they weren't, we could just pull them out and put some grease on the pins. What I've got here is the laser brake caliper piston rewind tool. And I'll pop links in the description for it. This kit covers almost everything. It's got all the bits in it, left-handed, right-handed, does them all. So yeah, it's cracking bit of kit. Slip that tool in. That goes in behind there. Need to make sure that the two bits locate in there. And just wind that down. Now I can just twist this round and it should work that piston back in. Nice tight. Now, quite aware that the brake pipe and the wire to the motor are very tight here. I'm sort of putting a bit of pressure on them, which I don't really want to do. But it is so tight, I can't really move that at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fit the other. We've got a right-handed thread and a left-handed thread on these compressors, and I'm going to put the other thread on there just so that it's not pushing as well as turning. I just want to get the piston rotating first, so I'll try it with this one, just see if we can get it spinning without any pressure. It's really tight, so I think also what I'm going to do is try and bolt this back into the caliper on just one of the bolts to give me a bit more purchase, because I'm really struggling to get any leverage. These little handles are very small on this compressor. You can get pneumatic ones which would probably make this, well, it would make this job easier, but they're a bit more bulky. So let's get that bolt in the top there just to try and hold that in place. And we'll get on it, see if we can turn it now. And straight away that feels so much better, and actually now you can see that piston is turning. Go on. Yeah, it's really tight though. It's really tight, but it does feel like it's just starting to ease a little bit. So once we've got it moving, hopefully then it will start to retract itself back in. I'll keep adjusting this tool up now. It is going the wrong way, don't forget, because I have swapped it over. This is the left-handed one, so it's not putting any pressure, it's not squeezing it back as I'm turning this one, it's just rotating it. That will work its way back in on its own by rotating it, but I just want to make sure I can free it off. I think it's because it's come out so far. Then pads were really worn down, so this has made this job a little bit harder, rewinding the piston. I'm going to speed this one up a bit because I'm not going to rush this sort of winding it back. I'm going to take my time, and it did take a good sort of 15 minutes or so to wind this back to get it moving, and then I shall swap it out for the right-handed one, and then we can really get going on it. You can see it's going back though, so we'll pop the right-handed one in there and then go again, and look at it go now. Look, you can see that's really moving back now. We're on it. Keep adjusting that tool up. You can see now we're really getting... Yeah, we're getting there. It's rotating. That piston's going back nicely. It is a long old process though, winding this back. It's not an easy one. But that's going back really nicely now. And we've got no damage on the rubber boot. That's all nice. The brake hoses are all good. The wire to the motor is good as well. Gotta be careful of that though, because if you swing it up, look, it is putting a bit of stress on it. Like it's fully back. Just got to get the tool out. That's gone a bit tight in there, so I need to get me. I'd put an adjustable spanner on here just to crack it off, and then we can relieve it of the tool. Out it comes. Rubber's good, no splits on it or anything. Take that bolt back out the top that we put in there just to help us out a little bit. Something worth mentioning, you'll see once we've just pulled this caliper off there, on the actual retaining bracket, the lower part of it, there's a number. It's got 280. It says. Get rid of these. It says 280 on there. That is the size of the disc. So this one's a 280mm disc on the rear of this car. Okay, so we've got some new padded pads. Let's have a look, see what we're getting here. Yeah, nice new slider plates. Get some new spring clips and the brake pads there. First thing, just make sure they're the same as the old ones, the same size. Yeah, they look spot on. They look pretty good. You can see the amount of material that's missing off the old ones compared to the new ones. Okay, let's get these side plates out. Just slide the screwdriver in there and prise them down, and out they come. And the other one, we just slide that one up, and out that one comes. We can give this disc a quick whiz round with the screwdriver, just to get it very loose. Puts the corrosion on the edge of the disc. Loose debris in there. Same on the top one. This is cool. Nice. Oh, let's have a couple of those in there. And on the bottom, we just push those in. One on the top. Now the back of the pads, some have got 2 dots on them on the inside and 2 have got 2 on the outside. So the one with the 2 dots in the middle, they go to the outside like that, and in there. So the ones with the dots far apart go to the piston side. Now some of you will want to put copper grease or copper slip on this slider plate. I don't do it. I think that without it, if this slider plate's brand new, the pads move better and the grease sometimes gets dirt stuck to it and can work against it.
Oh, bless you.
The plate can get some grease stuck to it and cause you more problems. So I'm a fan of just leaving them nice and clean and clear and just putting the pad straight in. If I didn't have these slider plates, I'd be copper slipping them or using the alloy grease. Okay, there's the pads in. We've got his new spring clips as well to go in. They just go in them tiny little holes in the pads. That's one in there. And one in the bottom one. Like that there. Like I say, the sliders are free. They're all good. If they weren't, you could just pull it right out and grease it. This one's good, so we can now get the caliper back on again. We've got that where it needs to be, all lined up there. Slide that underneath the back of that, and then gently just work that in and just spin it round until it goes in. Got a bag of new bolts as well, so we'll use those. Them back up again. One. Two. Let's go and do the other side. Part number for these is that one there.
Okay, let's whip these plastic caps off again. Get them out of the way. Wheel off, whiz the bolts out. Drop his little axle stand under.
I don't like levering too much with that there, so if I can, this is just rubbing against it. So I'll just go straight with a knuckle bar. And hopefully we can avoid hitting on that at all. Yeah, that's better. Just crack it off. Like that. Then we can whiz it with this one. Relieve this cap.
Try and get in there somewhere. It's a bit like Jenga this, which way round you put it to keep it safe. No, that's right, that's better. There you go. Then we'll just relieve it of these little clips again. We'll pop those out. And the pads, pull them ones out.
Again, nice and close but not fully worn out. We've got his money's worth out of them. Fantastic. Have these plates out as well.
Another little clean up, quick whiz round, get all them rusty bits off the brake disc. Clean the caliper up again, just make sure there's nothing there.
Same again, the rewind tool. I'm going to just stick that bolt back in the top of that again, just to help us out. That's how we can get at this. We've got his right hand tool. Again, we'll wind that all the way down. Let's see if this one goes any easier to start with, because it was the start that was really tricky on the other one.
I've just noticed the time on my watching, it said 11:29, so let's just see if we can see how long it actually takes me to do this.
Let's try it, let's see if we can't get this spinning. Oh, it's tight. It's really tight. Get the other one again, just to see if I can't get it spinning without pushing. Because this, every time this turns, it's pushing at the start, and we just need to get it moving before we start pushing. So I'll get the other tool, the left-handed tool, see if we can't just get it shifting. There we go. We'll get to do something. Yeah, something's happening. It's moved a little bit. There it goes.
And this one's so much more difficult as well because I can't put the bolt in the bottom because the motor's in the way. It goes in the top, and obviously because I'm turning it to the right, it's lifting the caliper, so I just can't quite get as much on this side, which is making it even more difficult. But we haven't got a lot of leverage there. It is moving though, look, it's going. But we might be here a while, let's put it that way. Perseverance, you just got to keep working at it, just working it slowly, slowly, slowly. But let's speed this up a bit. Here we go, look. You can see it moving, it's getting there, look, it's getting there. What's the time at the minute? 11:34 on the watch. So that's took me 5 minutes to get it this far.
Here we go. It takes some turning, doesn't it?
Telling me. But we're still
Right,
going.
Now it's moved a bit. Let's see if we can get the right-handed one in there, the right one. Now it's rotating.
And what's that say? 11:37 on my watch now.
We're not getting there. It's a slow one though, isn't it? It is a slow one.
It is a slow one. Yeah, good job you're not on bonus. You'll be losing money at this rate. I did used to work in a garage which was the bonus scheme was horrendous. If you didn't make the hours, you just lost money. It was crazy. But here we go, that's nearly there, look. Nearly back. Here, watch the pin, look. Oh no, disaster. So I've got to take that back out now to get the pin in.
The little roll pin keeps falling out of my tool as well, look. I need a new roll pin. It keeps dropping out there, which is a pain. That's not making life easy.
I think that's at 11:39 on the watch at the minute. We're nearly there, look, we're nearly there.
There it is, all the way.
So that's taking 10 minutes, or just shy of 10 minutes to get that wound back.
It's all out. Bingo, rubber's nice, no damage. Take that top bolt back out again.
Just whiz it out. Give them another clean.
So the plates are nice and clean. Got some new sliders to go in.
Just slip them in like we did the other side. Make sure they're in nice and tight. Drop the pads in. Clips going on as well. Just give them a little tweak. Just bend them up so they've got a bit of spring to them. And then we can slide that caliper back in. Drop the new bolts in, and whiz them up.
Job done. Get the wheels back on.
Big old wheels these, they are a fair size. Just line the bolt holes up, use my feet to support it, whiz them back up again, 140 newton metres.
Fantastic, it's got electronic torque settings on it, so we can set these torques up and not have to worry.
We'll do the same with the other side, drop that one back on again.
Right, so now that's all done, we can get back into the car. Oh, go back to his machine. And then close maintenance mode. We can hear and then we can also now start the parking brake. Absolutely solid. Solid. And then we can just close it as well. And then just make sure that it's
Releasing. Yeah. Yeah. Job done. Then we can exit. We can pop the diagnostic socket back out again. Just need to give that brake pedal a few little pumps, a few little jabs there, just make sure it goes hard. Lovely. Check the fluid level, make sure it's up to the maximum, which it is. Pop the top on. Shut that bonnet. Just put the pluggy caps back on the wheel nuts. Have a tidy up and then drop it down off the jacks. So we've got to take it steady for a little bit, just to bed these brakes in. It won't take long though, a couple of miles, and then we can go at them just driving gently though. We don't want to absolutely cane it for a good 10 or 15 miles. Just let them bed in. So there we go. Rear brake pads all changed over, all gone in nicely. You had to just adjust those little springs slightly to make them touch the calipers to stop any rattling. Other than that though, them pads and the kits went in nicely, didn't they? It was all right. It's all reset, ready to go. If you've enjoyed the video, you've got any comments, always love your comments. Drop me a little thumbs up, like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.